First of all, what's wrong with the Colts, Matt?
Well, we just haven't had the start we wanted. And so I really feel like we're close to being the kind of football team we can be.
Frank Reich was fired about 90 minutes ago as head coach of the Indianapolis Colts.
If it goes well, hopefully it'll go extremely well. But I have no preconceived notion that I'm going to be some spectacular anything. I know I got to work hard.
There wasn't a lot of places they wanted to go, because they're going to have to look at this and revisit it at the end of the season. Man, listen, I tell you what, I have forgotten more football than everybody who's making fun of me has ever thought, right?
Last season, the Indianapolis Colts were plagued by bad coaching and not so good quarterback play. Because of this, it came as a surprise to no one when the head coach at the time, Frank Reich, was fired and the quarterback at the time, Matt Ryan, was also let go. But don't get me wrong, the head coach and the quarterback were not this team's only problem, but they are undoubtedly the most important parts of any football team you must get correct if you want to set your team up for success. The first move to improve this team was finding a head coach who these guys could rally behind.
We had a lot of great candidates at that point. It was a close contest, but after talking to Shane, Chris and I both felt, wow, he's clearly our guy above the pack.
With no further ado, I'll introduce you to Shane Steichen, next head coach of the Indianapolis Colts.
Well, I just want to start, first off, I'm extremely honored and grateful to be the next head football coach of the Indianapolis Colts.
How's everyone feeling? Good? Yes, sir. Welcome back, man. I'm fired up to be here.
All right, let's talk about building the culture here. Character is really important to me, right? Treat people the way you want to be treated. That ain't hard, all right? And a lot of people in this room have been through some adversity to get here, right? It ain't easy sitting in the chairs you're sitting in.
What's up, Colts Nation, man? We're fired up to be here. Can't wait to go. Let's freaking go!
Coming off of a great season with the Philadelphia Eagles, Shane Steichen more than proved that he can call plays in the NFL. As the Eagles offensive play caller in 2022, the Philadelphia Eagles finished third in the NFL in points per game with 28.1 and was outstanding situationally, ranking in the top 5 in third down conversion rate at 46%, fourth down conversion rate at 69%, and red zone touchdown rate at 68%. The Eagles scored 35 points in the Super Bowl, with quarterback Jalen Hurts becoming the first player to throw for over 300 yards and rush for at least 70 yards in a Super Bowl. But as we will find out later, even if you are good enough to call the plays, it doesn't matter if you don't have the players to execute those plays. The Colts needed to fix the next captain of the ship, the next Peyton Manning or Andrew Luck, because the starting QBs, since Andrew Luck just did not get the job done, with the exception of Phillip Rivers. So now the Colts were done playing Russian roulette with the quarterback position, and it was decision time.
The Indianapolis Colts select Anthony Richardson.
Right away, be one of the top 3 to 4 running quarterbacks. Will the accurate passing evolve? Only 13 career starts, which in itself is a big red flag.
What sense did you get that your NFL career would begin here in Indianapolis?
Honestly, it was just the vibe that I got here. Just meeting with everybody, just getting familiar with them and just feeling like home and family when I was talking to them. I've been grinding and putting in work just to, get the title, but, it's not really all about a title. I'm just trying to make sure I'm ready for the team. Despite, being labeled as QB1, I still got other guys in the room helping me, get to that standard. So I'm forever thankful for them. I appreciate them, and I'm glad, I did get the nod, and, I do have the trust in everybody in the building to think that I am QB1.
Florida quarterback Anthony Richardson was the perfect candidate to take the helm of the Colts organization as the next starting quarterback, someone who could play a similar style to Jalen Hurts. Because Shane Steichen is now the new head coach, he knows a little bit about a quarterback who is very mobile. However, many point out while Anthony Richardson may have the best physical tools the NFL draft has ever produced, he has also had little production to show for it at the collegiate level.
I think Anthony could certainly use more reps, right? I mean, who couldn't?
This is not the finished product.
No.
He needs some time to develop.
Yeah.
But every game I called of his, I was always just like, this kid is so super talented.
The fact that any other position would be expected to start. I don't think that you get better at doing something by watching other people do it.
Anthony Richardson showed flashes of greatness in the 4 games he played this season. In his debut against the Jags, he went 24-37, 223 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and he also added a rushing touchdown. Not the greatest performance, but the Colts had hope because you could see the flashes, you could see the speed, you could see the athleticism, and he threw the ball more accurately than anticipated. But with the good, there is the bad. The 21-year-old dealt with knee soreness toward the end of the game. Then he was ruled out in week 2 against the Houston Texans due to a concussion, which caused him to miss week 3 against the Ravens. He returned in week 4 against the Rams and proceeded to lead a come from behind attempt, but this resulted in a loss. And the following week would be the worst case scenario because this game against the Titans will be his last game in the 23-24 season.
Quarterback run, he goes to the right side, and immediately you see him grabbing at his right throwing shoulder.
Today, Anthony Richardson officially out for the remainder of his rookie season because of that shoulder injury. He's going to undergo surgery to repair the shoulder. And the Colts play Cleveland this week, by the way.
The Anthony Richardson season-ending injury was a deep blow to the emotions of many Colts fans. Gardner Minshew would be the starter, and I like Minshew, but it felt like the Colts were once again having to rely on a QB who we knew would not be the answer for the Colts long term. There would be some bumps in the road along the way, including the most heartbreaking loss of the season. And I think she said it. Did you say the Cleveland Browns?
And the Colts play Cleveland this week, by the way.
Ford breaks one. For Shane Steichen, they're not out of field goal range. Metcalf is blocked. End zone, here comes Garrett. Football's loose. Cleveland has it, and the Browns turn out the lights on Indianapolis.
The Colts would lose 38-39 to the Browns. The following week, the Colts would also lose to the Saints 38-27, but then the Colts would fly under the radar and go on a 4-game winning streak with wins against the Panthers, Patriots, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the Titans. Now, I know these are not the best teams, but their resume did include a win against the best team in the league, in the eyes of many, the Baltimore Ravens. So the team began to have high hopes that a postseason berth may be in the future until they played the Cincinnati Bengals, who would go on to beat the Colts 14-34. A feeling of coming back down to earth surrounded the team. They would go on to beat the Steelers, lose to the Falcons, and beat the Raiders. This would set up a clash between the Texans and the Colts, a matchup that will ultimately determine the winner of the AFC South.
Good protection, airs it out for Collins. There, backpedaling, and he just throws. It's in Minshew's hand, and a drop.
I worked too hard to, just drop the ball like that. And I got to accept that, and that's okay.
In that game, I wish I'd put a better ball on him, giving us a better chance.
Still touch my hands. It's all good. It's all good. Touch my hands. But next year, I won't be in that position ever again. Ever again. We've been repping that play all week. I knew that play was for me. And when we caught it, it was just all about making the play.
A pass that wasn't the best, a drop that could have been avoided, so close yet so far away. This summarizes the season for the Colts. The play was good. Many may say that the Colts should have run the ball since the running attack was working very effectively up until this point, but the play was open, and I have seen many people say that this reminds them of when the Seahawks played the Patriots in the Super Bowl and Beast Mode did not get the ball. But I would not go that far. That play was not wide open. And even with everything that has happened this season, a team that was 4-12 last year found, in my opinion, the right coach, has hope for the future of the quarterback position, and looks to be headed in the right direction. And with that being said, Coach Nation, it was a good season. Don't forget to like, comment, and also subscribe. I'm out.